Okay, we are going to do this is lesson 5 with further practice. I'm going to do the quick and dirty version again and not work through all the examples because that was easier for me and I hope it's not as boring for you. Um, so this is like we've got these 3 versions of the form. General form, we don't usually start there, but we might end up there. Um, and then slope intercept is if we have the slope and the intercept, and if we have 2 points or a point and a slope, then we use the point slope. Like listen to the names, right? Or just look at what's in them. Okay. So for this one, I've got 2 points. So either way, I need my slope. So that's the first thing I'm going to do is I need my slope. So I'm just going to label this. This is x1, this is y1, x2, y2. If I don't do that, I get them wrong. So I'm going to do that. My equation is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 is negative 6 minus my y1, negative 1. Notice that I write the minus and then I put the negative 1. I'm going to change that to plus 1 in the next step, but I'm always going to write it out that way. And then my x2, which is negative 2, minus, this is a positive, so that's 3. So this is going to be minus 6 plus 1 over negative 5, so that equals negative 5 over negative 5, so that equals 1. That makes it easier if that's my slope. Okay, so since I don't have I'm going to use the point slope version this time, and I'm actually going to work on the notes. I've worked it through using either pair of either point because it doesn't matter. You get the same answer, and I think it's worth you working through that once to convince yourself of that. Okay, so y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So I've got y minus negative 3 equals 1 times x minus 3. So y plus 3 equals x minus 3. Now I'm going for general form. So this is the slope, point slope form. Well, kind of, I think you need to leave it with the 1 there for it to be point slope form, because otherwise it's not obvious what the slope is. But anyway, it doesn't matter because we want general form, which means we want a positive x. So I'm going to go minus y minus 3 minus y minus 3. Now, can you see why it was worth writing that down so that I don't actually accidentally make this 0? Bad thing to do, okay? So I have 0 equals x minus y minus 6. Wait, minus, what did I do? Oh, this was supposed to be a 1. I'm so sorry. I did that, I wrote that wrong. This is minus 1, minus negative 1, so plus 1. Sorry about that, minus 1, and then this is minus 4, okay? There's my equation. Oops. Okay, but you can do that again using point Q and see that you get the same answer. Okay? Next question, determine the equation in general form of a line through the point and perpendicular to this. So the first thing I need is a slope. So I need to find the slope of this question. So number 1, find slope. So I've got 3x minus 5y plus 17 equals 0. So I'm going to add 5y, add 5y. So when I rearrange it so my y is on the left, I get 5y equals 3x plus 17. Divide that by 5, divide by 5, divide by 5. And so I've got y equals 3 over 5x plus 17 over 5. So I have my m naught, my initial value for m, which is 3 over 5. And since I'm looking for one that's perpendicular, I'm going to do m perpendicular is going to be negative 5 over 3. Oops, right? Flip it and change the sign. That's what we're going to do, right? Only I wrote 5 instead of 3. There you go, negative 5 over 3. That's my target, or that's the slope that I want to use. Okay, so now we're going to come up here and I've got a point, and I'm going to use my point slope form for this. So I've got y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So y minus, oh, here's my x and my y value, so that's minus 0. My slope is negative 5 over 3 times x minus 5. So y equals negative 5 over 3x minus negative 5 over 3 times 5 over 1, if I want to do that. Oh, shoot. I always forget to do this because I don't mind working in fractions. Oh, it doesn't matter. I could have canceled fractions here, right? I could have multiplied this side by 3 and that side by 3, but I forgot, so I'm just going to do it in a minute. So this now is y equals negative 5 over 3x. And this is going to be minus minus, so it's plus 25 over 3. And then if I multiply this side by 3 and I multiply this side by 3, actually I multiply that by 3 and I multiply that by 3, those 3's cancel, those 3's cancel. And I get 3y equals minus 5x plus 25. And this time, since my x is negative, I want to move them all over that way. So I'm going to add 5x and subtract 25, and I'm going to add 5x and subtract 25. Those cancel and become 0. So I have 5x plus 3y minus 25 equals 0. And there is my answer. Okay, one more example, and then we're done. Find the equation in general form of the line perpendicular to that, but with the same x-intercepts as this question. Okay, usually it's y-intercepts, so be careful with that. So first thing I want to do is find my line perpendicular to this. Okay, so I want it in slope-intercept form, so I'm going to add 7y and add 7y, and I have 7y equals 5x minus 10 divided by 7. Y equals 5 over 7x minus 10 over 7. So my initial slope is 5 over 7. So my m perpendicular is negative 7 over 5. And then I need the x-intercept of that, so that's my step 2. My x-intercept happens at the point where y equals 0. So it's going to be x minus 2 times 0 minus 12 equals 0. So that's x minus 12 equals 0, which means x equals 12. Oops, messy, messy, messy. Oh, sorry. What did I hit? Okay. Hang on, I just want to erase that because I'm going to write that over here. So this gives me x equals 12, which gives me the point of 12, 0. Okay, remember your x and y intercepts are always points. You just, one of the values is 0, so just pay attention to that. Don't freak out if you don't have a point, because that's the point you're given. Okay, step 3 is to plug it in. So since I've got a point and a slope, I'm going to use the slope point form. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. I'm going to put my point. This is my x and my y, and this is my m. And I'm going to multiply it out and simplify it and all that good stuff. And I'm going to end up with y. Oh, sorry, I have to put it in general form. So I'm going to end up with 7x plus 5y minus 84 equals 0. There is my answer. Awesome. Got 2 videos done today. Okay, bye.